All right, welcome back, guys, and we're back to our fourth episode of the PLT course or series. And the last time out, the last episode, we talked about loops and we understood what the for loop, the while loop, and the do while loop happen to be. We understand how they work, and also we understood how the data types work, which was the last slide. We saw that exemplarily. Now we're going to be going on to arrays. What exactly is an array? An array is a collection of similar data elements stored at contiguous memory location. So I'll just explain this in a layman's word so we don't stick to this big vocabulary grammar. Now it means we are storing what we would have stored in a single variable. We are storing multiple values that would have been stored in multiple variables inside one variable. Storing multiple values. Like I said, variables are placeholder that holds values that can be manipulated or whatever it is. And we saw that in our examples here. We saw how this variable is holding just this one, is a placeholder that is holding just this one is holding just this variable, this data, this variable is holding just this data, and this variable, this data, and finally this variable, this data. True. Fine. Now we're looking at just one variable that can hold multiple data. So, in layman words, imagine one variable holding multiple names. Let's say last name as L name, F name as first name. So imagine one variable holding this, and this. Note, they are holding is a collection of similar data elements. So the keyword here is similar data. Similar data. So you can't hold a string, an integer, and a char into one. You must hold similar data. Only strings can go into one variable, one array of variable. Exactly. An array is stored such that the position of each element can be computed from its index by a mathematical formula. All right. We've said a lot of things, and let me break this down again. It can be stored and accessed by an index. So, very quickly, let's jump into an example. What is an array? By example, I have said that we want to store, for example, the name is House, the last name is Fleckman, and the first name is, say, Prince. Good. We want to store all of these variables into one variable. An array will store it as such. Let's say string full name array. String full name array. Now, the funny thing about arrays is that it must have a defined memory location. Now, for this array, it is empty. But if I want to give you the memory location, the funny thing about arrays is if you want, say, n location, n could be equal to 5, it could be equal to 1, 20, 500, as the case may be. Now, for n location, you must say n minus 1. So imagine n is 500. You want to give this location. Note that you are saying this is, for instance, 500. The last index of this array is equal to, is from 0, it counts from 0 to 499. So 499 is the last index of this array. All right, I'll tell you how that is. We want to create an array to store all of these variables. What we do is 1, 2, 3. We create an array with 3 indexes, right? Now to store it, we would say full name, index 1 being 0, equal to name, index 2 being 1, equal to L name, and finally index 3 being 2, equal to F name. Exactly. So like I said, even though we know that this array can hold 3 data, the positions of this array is indexed beginning from 0, and then the highest number is n minus 1, which is 2. Alright, so we said something here. It can be computed from its index by a mathematical formula. Alright, I've just explained how the indexes of the array work. Now let's come down to the types of array. We have basically 2 types of array. We have the single dimension, and then we have the multi-dimension. Alright, what is this in plain terms? If I print out this array, what this array shows me is full name would be equal to something of this nature. House, comma, Fleckman. Okay, I'm just feeling lazy to type, so I'll just copy and paste. And finally, Prince. Now, this is a single dimension array. It's single because there is nothing in here. Now, let me tell you what, or let me show you what a multi-dimension array will look like. A multi-dimension array is an array that houses another array inside of it. An array of arrays is called a multi-dimensional array. Now imagine this full name being something like, okay, now let's imagine let's say class string class names, right? Now string class names is an array, and then this array, let's say it has 2 objects in it, right? And then it has another dimension that has 3 objects in it. So let me tell you what it means. It means this class name would be equal to class names equal to the first array. The first array can have only 2 arrays in it, but this second array inside the first array can have 3 objects like this, object 1 and object 2. So you see, the first array has object 1 and object 2. That's the first dimension. Meanwhile, the second dimension has 1, 2, 3. Also, this one has 1, 2, 3. That is how a multi-dimension array looks like. So it's an array of arrays, as you can see. That is what a multi-dimension array is. Get it clearly? Single dimension is just an array that has multiple data or multiple value in it, but a multi-dimension is an array that can house other arrays. Alright, having said that, we can go on to the next. Operators. What are operators? Operators in programming is a symbol that tells the compiler or interpreter to perform specific mathematical, relational, or logical operation. So operator is an operator, or operators are used for operations. Good. So very simple and straightforward. What can operators be? Operators are simply the symbols you use in your mathematics. Maybe more, but mostly or straightforwardly the symbols used in mathematics. Now we have types of operators The first being arithmetic, which is the normal plus, minus. Yeah, is used to perform minor arithmetics or your basic arithmetics within your programming. Now the logicals, it starts getting complex from the logical. The logical operators are the operators that are used when comparing or when trying to decide, when you're using decisive statements. For example, you're saying if this and that, you want to write things like um, an if statement that says if name equal to okay, now I'm using an operator right now, only that the operator I used is a comparison operator. I just used double equal, right? Now if name equal flecken, and then I say and, now the double and sign, the amber sign, is used to say and. If flecken and L name equals say Busan. Yep. So this is used as a comparison. You're using it to compare something, right? Same applies to this. Now the double amber is and the straight one, the pipe, the double pipe is or. Exactly. These are the logical operators. The assignment operator, of course, you want to assign. We've used it countlessly, and I'll just show you here. Yeah, so where name equals this. So you're using the equal to assign data or value to a variable, as the case may be. Now the conditional statement, instead of using the if and else, so you want to write something straight and conditional in one line, you use this. So a very quick example is say for instance we have, you wanted to say name is equal to say flecken. All right, and you're not so sure, you can say, you normally you can use your if statement to say if name equals empty, let name be equals to flecken. Now I can write this statement in just one line. How do I do that? I'll say name equal, now name equal empty in a bracket, right? Question mark. I'll say right, let it be equal to flecken, otherwise leave it as empty, right? Okay, so yeah, of course I would say else. Okay, let's say else name should be equal to prince. Good. That means here I'll have to edit this to say equal to prince. So what I've said here is write all of these statements in one line using the conditional operator. If name equals empty, let it be flecken, just like this. Else, this is else it should be prince. All right, that's the conditional. And then the comparison, like I said, I've used the comparison here. Equal is a comparison, right? And we can use the greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, as the case may be. Now the bitwise operator is kind of strange, right? So why the logical is and, of course the bitwise too is and this is or. Then now for this and this, this is now no or zo, right? So these are like, yeah, it's rarely used, but yeah, it is used once in a while in complex applications or program, as the case may be, right? So yeah, it's not so I would use it in other scenarios as time goes on. We use it to try out some things, but for now we'll leave out that operator. I don't think I think I'm out of time right now. So thank you for watching. Leave your comments if you have any, and make sure you like and share. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.